I'm not sure. The great thing about today is we are 474 days away from coming out of this dreadful European Union superstate. I must correct you. She didn't refuse to take me to Brussels. She was thinking about it, and it is interesting, within 48 hours they caved into our demands. I mean, on the substantive issue, nothing is agreed until everything's agreed, and this is a staging post. And am I unhappy with bits of it? Absolutely. The £39 billion that we suddenly found, that's actually more than £350 million a week. And I think we said we might spend that on the NHS.
So where were you? Where were you and your Brexit-supporting colleagues when the deal was done? There was an outbreak of peace and calm for once in Westminster. Well, with the exception of Nigel Farage, of course.
Well, I don't think he's a member of the Conservative Party.
No.
Yet. No, I mean, the serious point is it's just a part of the process. Now, the real issue is when we get to the spring of next year. If there is no proper trade deal done, if it's clear that there is not going to be a deal, which is actually what I think will happen, at that stage we have to say we're going to come out, there isn't going to be a deal. By the way, we're not going to give you that £39 billion and we're going to spend it on the health service and social care.
But let's say one of the things that apparently was agreed this week, that in the absence of a deal, there will be full alignment in Northern Ireland with the customs union and the single market. Now, you're grinning there, but I'm sure you're grimacing inside.
No, I mean, if that was actually true, I'd be very worried and I'd be coming on and... But having talked to all the people involved in this, or a lot of people involved in this, they absolutely say that is not the situation.
The Irish seem to think it's the situation.
And that's what the Irish do. And I don't sort of, with these EU negotiations, things are written in such an ambiguous way that anyone can think it means anything. But the crucial point, it says it time after time, nothing is agreed until everything is agreed. And what everybody hopes for is we're going to have a free trade deal, therefore the issue with Northern Ireland disappears. But that can only happen if we make proper progress by the spring of next year.
You've had a busy week, of course, David Davis in front of the committee. On what basis did the Brexit committee not hold him in contempt? I mean, we'd been told that there were impact assessments, 50 or 60 of them, excruciating detail, the summaries of which had been seen by the Prime Minister, members of the Cabinet. We had a debate in the Commons in which you spoke, and then poof, they don't exist.
Well, that's the point. They never said there was they were these impact analyses. What they said, there were sectorial analyses which they've delivered. And the problem was there were two conflicting motions in the House. One said deliver everything, the other one said hold back anything that might damage the negotiations.
Surely they should have made it clear, for example, during the debate on the release of these papers, that what people were claiming they were was not what they were.
And they did. And if you go back and look at Hansard, the Minister, I think it was Robin Walker at the time, said time and time again. So when it came to the issue of contempt, you can't be in contempt for delivering something that doesn't exist.
But then how much of a dereliction of duty is that, though, by the government? You know, if we take the government's position at face value, which your committee has done, that they said they didn't do impact assessments per se, but instead these sectoral analyses, I mean, shouldn't they have done impact assessments? Isn't one of the first things that any sensible government would do at this point is find out exactly what the potential negative impacts of the various forms of Brexit might be?
Well, the sectoral analysis does a lot of that. Impact assessments have a certain formula, and it would be absurd to do do impact assessments on specific parts of the economy when you don't know what Brexit you're going to look at, and that's the point. Now, the British people have decided we've got cutting through all that. What the British people have said is end free movement. Stop paying billions of pounds to the EU, make our own laws in our own country, judged by our own judges. And that's what the government is actually delivering.
But isn't the problem that the government doesn't actually know what it wants as an end state for Brexit, that we have ructions within Cabinet that continue? I mean, we don't have impact assessments. Fair enough. I think that's demonstrably daft to me. But we also don't have a government that has consensus on what we should be looking at as our end-state relationship with the EU.
Well, first of all, I think it's absolutely sensible we don't waste time on impact assessment. And what I just said there, ending free movement, stop paying billions of pounds, own judges, judging our own laws, is exactly what the Prime Minister committed in the Commons in answer to my question. And that, if we deliver that, we've delivered. Don't forget, the major issue was actually the free movement, then the money, and then making our own laws in our own country. Do that, and the British people will be very pleased with us. That's really the litmus test.
Briefly, because we're about to run out of time, how confident are you that you're going to get the Brexit that you wanted?
I am, because I don't think the EU are going to do a deal with us, and we'll have a clean Brexit, and we'll spend that £39 billion on the health service and adult social care, as actually we promised.
Peter Bone, lovely to see you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for coming in.
We will make America great again.